This is your ultimate guide to using Punisher in Marvel Rivals. So this is Punisher. He is a duelist, and if you haven't used him before, then even if you have used them before, then this video is for you. So let's start off with just a little introduction. His cosmetics, he's got his normal Punisher skin, and then he also has a Bible one, which is the Thunderbolts. He obviously is going to have way more than this, but this is just the alpha testing. Both of them are really good. I've unlocked the Thunderbolts because I use Punisher quite a lot, and I just think it's really nice, to be honest, the red of it. Moving on to the MVP, he's only got one animation for the MVP, but it's a solid animation, you can't complain. The same with the emotes, he hasn't got any other than just his original one. And for his sprays, he's got his Punisher spray and the Punisher emblem. So just briefly touching on his abilities, because we are going to go into more in depth for his abilities during the training session. He's got his AR, which is his assault rifle. Deliverance is his shotgun. Final Judgment is his ult. Vantage Connection is his grapple. Cooling Turret is a turret. Scourge Grenade is his smoke grenade. Warrior Gaze is his passive ability, where he can see people even if they've gone behind a building once he's first seen them. And Infinite Punishment is his ability that he has with Rocket, where Rocket can put down a piece of equipment which can give him infinite ammo and a faster firing buff. So it's a really good combo if you have a rocket on your team to always get in that little area, and I'll show you that later on in the video. This is just an overview of his lore and his story, which I'll be covering in a separate video over everyone's story. So yeah, that's a really good video for you to keep your eye out for on his channel if you're interested in the Marvel Rivals story. Next, we've got the achievements, which is just his standard Legends and Boot Camp. So moving on to his actual firing, so this is his assault rifle that you can see, and if you look in the bottom left, he's got 30 bullets, and shooting from this range, 10 bullets will kill, it will just destroy them. And it is a really good weapon. It's the one I use most. I have started using a shotgun, but with this type of weapon, it's good for short range, but you should also be focusing any of your opponents that are in the sky, such as Iron Man. You are the key opposition to these enemies in the sky, because you have the long range weapon, which has a good damage if you're very accurate with it. And you should be focused in them. So moving on to the shotgun, you can see from this range it is a 2-shot, which is a fine enough range, and you can see if you get actually underneath someone in the air, it can still be a 2-shot from that angle, and that's the highest that Iron Man can get. The same over here, if you're not spot on, you can see a good 4 shots can still get them, and with a tank like Groot, it takes around about 5 shots to kill them with the shotgun. And for people like Luna Snow, it's a 1-shot. So from up close, it's a 1-shot. Take a few steps back, and then it is still a 1-shot with the shotgun. You keep on moving on, and it is almost a 1-shot. So you can see there's barely anything in it, and this will range depending on their health. So moving on to the smoke grenade, I don't know if you saw there, but if you shoot the smoke grenade at the person, then it can actually take off some of their health. There is an achievement for actually killing someone with one of them, but as you can see, if you shoot it directly at someone in the sky, it's got a bit of a drop off, so it's not the best. Moving on to the grapple, as you can see, it's a really fast grapple, but it does have a range issue. So you can see you have to be quite relatively close to where you want to shoot it, but then once you get it, you come in and you get a bit of a boost, like a bit of a jump, but it works well. Moving on to the turret, I'm not going to lie to you, the turret, I don't use it as much as other people do, but it is still good. If you're into it, then you might as well. I just find I prefer shooting with the actual assault rifle. I just prefer it, so I'm a bit more mobile, because I feel like you're a bit of a sitting duck like this, especially if your tanks or your healers go. You want to be moving around, but it does have a cooldown. Moving on now to the ultimate, you can see if you're not even shooting directly at someone, the missiles will still go for them. Like you see it's shooting Iron Man over there, it's going for Groot, it's going for everyone, and if you're accurate, you just get such a damage boost, and there is like a bit of a lock on. Another thing I want to touch on is jumping up in the air. People don't talk about it with Punisher, but if you're in the air and you're accurate, it's just the same as being on the floor. The same with the ultimate. The missiles will still go everywhere. If you're up, jumping around, it might be good for you, and you can see it's just destroying everyone. So jumping up in the air is also a good tactic. Another one is if you're in the air, you can actually jump on to your grapples. Another tip that not many people are covering is that you can use them this way as well. I really like this personally. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my preferred things to do that people don't really touch on. Moving on to the actual gameplay side of this is going to be touching on techniques on what you should be doing. So as you can see, using Punisher, you always want to be using cover to fire around it. And just putting suppressing fire out into your opponents if you don't really see them, and using the passive ability. As you can see here, I can see Star-Lord's trying to run away. He's low on health, so I switch to the shotgun to get that easy kill. But then I reposition to get the high ground. You always want to try and get the high ground as much as you can, because that means you can take out higher enemies like this easy, and you can also drop on them. And again, if you get close with that shotgun, it destroys them. Here is a grapple technique for this location, and you see that movement right there, how fast it was to get ahead of everyone. You can really manipulate the grapple to get a very good and quick head start into each of these games. And for this throne room map, this is one of the locations I would say that you want to be a Punisher, just because you really do have a really good, I'd say, bird's eye view of everything that's going on, and you can just put weapon, just fire down on everyone. And once you see someone like Rocket use his ult, you just get onto the point and you get that buff, and Doctor Strange was an easy takeout. So once you get this and you get like a clean sweep with the Punisher, I'd say make sure just to reposition to cover what you're doing. Right here I'm covering the left side, and as you can see, I find an Iron Man try to come this way. I ping him so my teammates knows if anyone wants to come and help me. I have Hela knowing that, and I just keep the Iron Man to not being able to really move around. I've got Star-Lord there to help me as well, and I'm just making sure that Iron Man can't get around. He's just got his health back, but I know if he's going to try and come to make it through, that I'm just going to destroy him, because I say in the game, I don't think I've played against one good Iron Man yet as Punisher. And there you go, passive ability again, being able to see him running away in the smoke, and it's just a very, very easy kill. Here's using the ult to actually pick out a tank, and then up in the air I get Iron Man. So it was a good two-piece. It did help that I had my team to back me up, and then Rocket uses ult. Again, another great use of the passive ability to switch to my shotgun, because I know I'm going to be able to one-shot him because he gets close and he doesn't know I'm there. For this map, I would say you stay on the left, on the attacking side, just to use the buildings as cover. And once you get a few picks, you'll pick out. And like I said, if you have an Iron Man in opposition team or a Storm, you will focus them in the sky. The same with Hela. You just got to be careful with Hela, because Hela could easily kill you as well. Another great use of the shotgun ability, and it is easy. Once you get the hang of it and you get into the practice room, you'll know that you just start getting the feeling for how the gun works, and once you get into the games, you'll start looking up in the air for the Iron Mans, because you are the one that should be taking them out. Here's going to be another good use of the passive ability. We're having a 1v1 with Star-Lord here, and we're running out on health, but we use a one-shot, and we use the cover. Like I said, you want to use the cover and peek round, especially that passive ability, because you know they're there, but they don't know when you're moving. Another one is to focus on the supports. Like I get Rocket Raccoon there, and then I'm able to take out Iron Man while stood in Rocket Raccoon's infinite ammo and firing boost. So if you see that symbol, that means that you're in his his area of where to move. Star-Lord is ulted here, and I'm getting a ping, and I've got that good range to fire him, and that's getting him off his ult. Again, I'm coming through, I see Iron Man weak on health, and I'm able to finish the job. This is a good grappling spot for the defensive side, is to stay up here. So you do it first straight away, and that means you have this like vantage point to be able to look over everyone. But you can also just move, and first of all, I would move into this spot here. It's a common spot that a lot of people go to, and some people get up and where Doctor Strange is right in front of us. But I like to grapple up there for later on in the round for coming back, because if we die and they're pushing a point, but we've still got some people available, then I can get up top and I can start to like pick them off. Here's a use of the turret, because I don't usually use it, but it can be quite helpful. Like in this instance, we've got Iron Man. I take a few shots, but I come off just so I can finish him off myself, because I'm more confident not using the turret. and I'm fine to stay up here because no one's pushing me for the time being. But once I get pushed by magik, I know that's a tough one-on-one to take, so I'm just going to back up to my opponent, ping where she is, and just reposition so I've got a bit of help, bit of cover, and they can take that high ground for now until we need to push up. I try to use a smoke, but it doesn't work. I've got an Iron Man there who's trying to make it on, but I give him enough damage to back him off, and once he finally comes back, I get him as well, and that's a 2-piece. And here you go, here's the grapple later on in the round. I come back on top and see that magik is in a battle here against our teammates, so I just decide to ult. I'm thinking, while we've got a couple of teammates down, we've lost our tank, I might as well just get onto point and I get rid of Scarlet Witch, but I do fall to magik in the end. So if you have enjoyed that guide, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below on who you want to see next, and leave a like. The link in the description will be to the next ultimate guide. Yeah guys, I've been Az, you guys have been awesome, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.